Good morning, friends. Today, let's just go through a few updates, things that we've been working on, and some item updates, and eBay. I have been crazy busy. I've gotten 3 whole totes listed on eBay, some auctions and some fixed price listings. Let me give you an idea of what all there is. So I've got these 2 totes ready to take back out to the eBay shed. All of those like math games and other learning games, the shapes, geometric folding shapes. This whole tote full of books. I had to get rid of a few of the books. They had like no resale value at all, so those went into the yard sale stuff. We'll see if they sell there. If not, then donation or recycling. So all of those done, ready to go back out to the shed. I finished up all of these, the manipulatives and other just whatever games, all of the little wooden clocks. Went ahead and put them into a priority mail padded flat rate envelope. I find that it gives me, there's like good energy by anticipating a sale. Putting it right away into the thing, it's ready to go, it's gonna sell. Hold on a minute, memers. Anyway, all that stuff, this whole tote, done and dusted, ready to go back out into the eBay shed and get sold. Okay, a few other things. So that's eBay. I still have several free listings left. I am going to work on more of that tonight. Most of my day today, though, will be spent in the garden, so check back later for my Today in the Garden video. I've got some really fun stuff going on. It's going to be a busy day. It's also going to be a hot day. I happened to pick the hottest day of this week to work on that. But it'll be cool. It'll be cool. All right, so here's an update, and this rarely happens that I'm actually going to throw something away. These are disgusting. I totally see now why, vitamin C, why they threw these out. They are absolutely nasty. I will pop a thing up on Facebook to see if anyone close by wants them, but if they don't, these are going bye-bye. They are just horrible. Luckily, there were a bunch of the other ones like Propel and whatnot that we found that's, around the same time. No, I don't think it was the same day, but around the same time that were, they're delicious. So luckily there's that. But there was actually a reason for these being in the garbage. So if you see this brand, don't buy it. It's, ugh. Same with these. Just don't. They are nasty. Yes, it is rare that I think something should just be chucked right back into the garbage, but this is one of those instances. I am bringing you guys into my laundry room just to show you that all those coats, the coats and gloves and sweaters, all that stuff that was the lost and found, it is done. Done, 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 done. Now I am on just our laundry, only our laundry, and it feels wonderful having all of that gone and having all that moving along to where it all needs to go. So, yay! It only took like a month, but yay! Another thing, so those clothes that I found that were my size and were fabulous, I've washed them. Like there was that red pea coat and that big black coat and this gorgeous skirt and this gorgeous skirt and this blouse and this blouse and this sweater. Hold on, honey. No, they don't need to see it. And the sweater. Anyway, several other things that I decided were just so perfect because they were my size and they were super cute. Those have all been washed and dried and hung up nicely in the closet. I just love when I can cross things off the list like that. So yeah, there is plenty of work to do after you find the stuff, guys. If you've been with us for a little while, then you're aware of that we don't just find the stuff and then that's the end of the story. No, there is so much more to do after. P.S. Welcome to all of you new subscribers. We are just growing in leaps and bounds right now, our little YouTube family, and it is so exciting, and we are just thrilled to have all of you newbies along with us, and all of you that have been with us for a while. Thank you so much for sticking it out through our madness. There's so much more fun stuff to come. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, what else? Here's one. We are down to just 4 rolls left of the toilet paper. Remember, we found a whole case of it in an elementary school bin. We are down to just 4 rolls left. It has been so wonderful having this dumpster toilet paper. Talk about saving money, saving on our family expenses. So a couple more things. You'll notice this fabulous sheet behind me. That's from the lot of the dead grandma. It has come in really handy as a backdrop for my eBay listings as I've been working on that. So a note on eBay. It is a wonderful platform for getting to huge, wide audiences all over the world and selling those weird things, you know, those strange things, like the soft soap that I just sold, an old bottle of soft soap from like back in the day. You're going to get to those niche markets of random collectors, and it's awesome. I love it. I don't love the fees, but you can take advantage of you know, all the specials that they offer, different things like that, especially if you are selling a lot and selling often. They will give you more and more offers of free things and ways of getting out of fees, blah, blah, blah. Definitely take advantage of those. But there are a few things that drive me crazy and that you should be aware of if you decide to get into eBay. I've been selling on eBay for almost a decade. I've had ups and downs, and I've had to learn some of the same lessons over and over and over. But one thing that, and honestly, it doesn't happen very often, especially if you do a good job of packing your things really well for shipping and whatnot. But every now and then you're going to get customers, buyers, who say that, you know, things got damaged or whatever, different things that you have absolutely no control over because you're not the one actually walking the product over or flying the product over and, you know, holding it in your lap to make sure that it, you know, that nothing happens to it. and so this is one of those issues where I'm like, how responsible am I for, you know, the behavior of the post office? Those of you who have dealt with this, please, you know, leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Any suggestions you have other than, you know, great packaging. But one thing that I'm thinking I need to do is, and this would require more time and effort on my part, so I gotta think about it, but I've been thinking about, especially with international shipping, to take pictures of the item as you know, the item when I'm putting it into the package, and take a picture of what I've done to secure it and to keep it safe, and then and send that to the buyer as I'm shipping the product so that they can see, hey, she did everything, you know, that she could do for the safety of my purchase. And then it's kind of a safety for me. There are some things, like, for instance, so I just shipped a little car, a little toy car that was still in its package, and I packed it really, really well. It was an international shipping, and I get a message from the buyer saying that the car was scratched and the package damaged, and I'm thinking, what can I do about that? I packed it really well. The car being scratched, obviously I didn't do that. I'd never opened the package of the car. And so that's got to be a manufacturer thing, or it's just them trying to get a really great deal on top of the great deal that they already got. These are issues that come up that just drive me crazy because I want to keep customers happy. I want to keep a good reputation on eBay, which I've fought really hard to keep. But you get to a point where you're like, you're going to deal with dishonest people, and you're going to deal with situations that neither you nor the buyer have any control over. And so how do you guys handle those things? Please, I love your guys' feedback. I say that over and over, and I do. I love your feedback, your good, positive, constructive feedback. What have you done to kind of safeguard yourself as a seller or as a buyer in these kind of instances? Yeah, you try to keep it so that the customer is always right and you keep them happy. You try, but sometimes you know, there are issues. Another one that I dealt with was a woman who I sold a bunch of they're like body wipes that I had gotten with coupons, and you can't open those and check them. They were not expired, so there was no reason for there to be any kind of problem with them. I sold them at a heavily discounted price, so she got a great deal, and in fact she lowballed me and I counteroffered and we met kind of in the middle, so she got an amazing deal, and then tried to say that one of the packages that the wipes were dry, and I said, well, I can give you a partial refund on that one, and she wanted a full refund on the whole kit and caboodle. I said, well, I'd have to know that every single one of them was dry, and not only that, but I can't be responsible for that because they were not expired, and I can't open them to make sure they're still wet before I send them to you. That's not possible. And so then she tried going through eBay to get the money back, and they rejected her. And that made me feel really good because, you know, I felt justified that I had done things the right way because eBay agreed with me. So that was nice. So those kind of things, you know, there's, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can put a disclaimer, and I have done that in with products that are similar to that. I put a disclaimer now in the listing that you know, it's not expired. I've done my due diligence. I can't be responsible for, you know, any other manufacturer issues. But as far as things like the little car, I don't know, guys. What should I do? What should I do? I sent a message back saying I need to see pictures that show that it's my fault or that there's something I could have done to make it any better. I just don't think there is anything I could have done. It was in a box. It was full of the big air-filled bubbles, you know, the big ones. It was packed as well as it could be packed, especially for international shipping. There's really not anything else I could have done. So I need your guys', you know, input. How do you handle stuff like that? How have you handled stuff like that? Or how would you handle stuff like that? Where it's not a super expensive item, I'm almost willing to, well, I'm not going to do a full refund. I'm just not. But I did offer a partial refund if there's documentation, you know, proof provided that there was something I could have done better. But anyway, so if you have feedback, please leave that in the comments. But also, if you decide you want to go into eBay or selling things on Amazon or what have you, be aware that there are going to be instances like this, and you need to have some kind of action plan for how you're going to deal with that. Anyway, all right, let's do a few more item updates, and then I have got to get back out into the garden and get some more work done out there. I've started watering and weeding. It is, it's good. It's fun. It's wonderful. It's therapeutic. All right, let's see what else there is. So here's another thing that I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. So I posted on my Facebook page and got lots of input from, you know, friends and family on this kind of moral, ethical dilemma that I'm having about these free kids meals at Brick Oven. You just detach here and you bring this part. And I've had people comment, you know, their experience with them and everything, and whether or not I should use any of them. Obviously, there's a bazillion. I'm not going to use all of them. That would start looking really suspicious. I don't know. Ethically, I just don't know how I feel about it. One friend of mine who, I definitely think her opinion is valid, and she is involved in schools and whatnot, and, you know, would know. She's in the know. But anyway, she said her thought was that the restaurant itself has accounted for these and like written them off or what have you. They've already accounted for the loss associated with these, and so to not worry about it and just go ahead and use them. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. I'm not a religious person, so it's not like I'm, you know, worried about, you know, anything that way. It's more just as a person, as a human, and trying to be an honest person. I just don't know how I feel about that. What are your thoughts? please give me your thoughts. Like, I'm just in a quandary, and really the fact that I'm still in a quandary over this is probably my answer, but what are your thoughts? Okay, here's another item update. Some of you may recall this from a video earlier this summer. I thought it was so adorable and that it would go perfect in my bathroom, and it does. Looks cute with my light fixture, and anyway, yeah, I like it a lot. So, looks good on my wall. And then that other one that looks like hay or wheat or whatever. Sorry, the lighting's bad in here, you can't really see that. But anyway, I put it there by my window, and I think it looks wonderful. And then here, that little fan that I found sure has been handy when you're, you know, doing your business. And it's like adjustable, you can move it all the way around and be fanned while you're exerting yourself. Wonderful. Anyway, and then you may recognize one or two of these bath towels and other towels. Not all of them, but yes, some of them are from the bins. We bleach them, we wash them, and we use them, and they're wonderful. Nothing wrong with them. Saves us lots of money. All right, well, I do believe that is it for our item updates today. I will be getting more eBay stuff, like I said, going. I'm focusing just on mainly the school stuff right now. I have, I think, 2 more totes to go through and hopefully get all of that listed, depending on if I run out of free listings or not, because I do not like paying to list stuff. Some items that have high value, I will go ahead and pay the insertion fee, just because this is the prime time for selling school stuff, and I don't really want to miss the chance. And you know, if it has high resale value, then it's worth the small insertion fee. So stay tuned for that. I will let you guys know when I've got those done. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Tomorrow we'll be doing more reveals from this. There's stuff over there. See? Ready and waiting. From this last weekend's picks. Still lots of good stuff coming. Mostly now it's school stuff. I think we've gotten pretty much through all of the things from the grandma that appeared to have passed away. I think we're done with all those. Yeah, I think so. So should just be some school stuff that we're going through, so check back for that tomorrow. And then later today, come on back if you're interested and would like to join me for my Today in the Garden series. I'll be working out there. Oh, one other thing I am working on, I don't know if you recall, but I have found a whole bunch of canning jars and the rings and pack of lids and everything. I am going to be using those. I've been harvesting plums and blackberries and grapes, and so we're going to be using those jars and rings and lids to bottle our syrup and our juice and all kinds of other things. So that's pretty exciting. I will be documenting that, so come on back for that. It's been a learning experience, as I have never made syrup before. So it's been fun, but frustrating too. Anyway, all right, that's it today for eBay and item updates. Please leave your thoughts on my different questions in the comments below. I really, really appreciate your feedback. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.